Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning from Stripey too. Stripey liked that story so much last week, the one about Grasshopper, that I found another book by the author, Arnold Lobel. And this one's about Frog and Toad. So I'll just get the Frog and Toad story. It's called A List. And there is Toad, and he's sitting in bed. One morning, Toad sat in bed. "I have many things to do," he said. "I will write them down on a list so that I can remember them." Do you write lists? I write lists sometimes. Toad wrote on a piece of paper, "A list of things to do today." Then he wrote, "Wake up." "I've done that," said Toad, and he crossed it out. Then Toad wrote other things on the paper, and he's got list of things to do: wake up, cross out, eat breakfast, get dressed, go to Frog's house, take walk with Frog, eat lunch, take nap, play games with Frog, eat supper, go to sleep. "There," said Toad, "now my day is all written down." He got out of bed, had something to eat, then crossed out eat breakfast. And there he is, eating breakfast. Toad took his clothes out of the closet and put them on. Then he crossed out get dressed. Toad put the list in his pocket. There he is. And then he opened the door and he walked into the morning. Soon Toad was at Frog's front door. He took the list from his pocket and crossed out go to Frog's house. Toad knocked on the door. Rat-tat-tat. "Hello," said Frog. "Look at my list of things to do," said Toad. "Oh," said Frog, "that's very nice." Toad said, "My list tells me that we will go for a walk." "All right," said Frog, "I'm ready." Frog and Toad went a long walk, just like lockdown walks. Then Toad took the list from his pocket again. He crossed out take walk with Frog. Just then there was a strong wind, and it blew the list out of Toad's hand. The list blew high into the air. "Help!" cried Toad. "My list is blowing away. What will I do without my list?" "Hurry," said Frog. "We will run and catch it." "No," shouted Toad. "I cannot do that." "Why not?" said Frog. "Because," wailed Toad, "running after my list is not one of the things I wrote on my list of things to do." Frog ran after the list. He ran over hills and swamps, but the list blew on and on. At last Frog came back to Toad. "I'm sorry," gasped Frog, "but I could not catch your list." "Bleh," said Toad. "I cannot remember any of the things that were on my list to do. I'll just have to sit here and do nothing," said Toad. So Toad sat and did nothing. Frog sat with him. After a long time, Frog said, "Toad, it's getting dark. Shouldn't we be going to sleep now?" "Go to sleep," shouted Toad. "That was the last thing on my list." Toad wrote on the ground with a stick, "Go to sleep." Then he crossed out go to sleep. "There," said Toad. "Now my day is all crossed out." "I'm glad," said Frog. Then Frog and Toad went fast to sleep. I like this story. The nice thing about these Frog and Toad stories is that they're good friends. And Toad was a bit, what we call fixated, a bit set in his ways about this list, wasn't he? He wasn't going to do anything that wasn't on that list. But Frog, instead of telling him he was being silly, was a friend to him. So he went chasing after that list for him. And he sat there and went to sleep with him, side by side, as they're sitting on that hill at the end. That's a good friendship, just being with someone. Being with someone through all their silly things, and being with them through the not so silly things. Friendship. Friendship is really important. How to be a good friend to others, and how to let others be good friends to you. Have a lovely day. Blessings.